Hey, Skies Magazine. We're at Oshkosh EAA AirVenture 2023 at the Dyer booth. I'm Paul Corelli, Director of Flight Operations and Special Missions here at the Kodiak booth, taking a look at the line of Kodiak aircraft. All right, we're going to take a look at the Kodiak 900. We have the 100 and the 900, but we'll start with the 900 in the Special Missions category. So it's a great aircraft for general aviation, but it's also a tremendous aircraft for special missions. So my job is to take this airplane and turn it into something useful for the public use. So what we have here is a 900 horsepower, Pratt & Whitney motor, 5-blade prop, extremely quiet, large aircraft. It's about 41 inches larger than the Kodiak 100. It's about a foot taller, and this one here is 10 place with 10 place oxygen. It can loiter for about 10 hours, which is really handy for a lot of law enforcement use or maybe even surveillance type use. So it can sprint at about 210 knots, and it can loiter down to 85 knots. And it does that quite comfortably in either range of the aircraft. You can see that this one here is really set up for a civilian use, but it'll have the same interior. You have the leather interior that you can get for pretty much any mission. The seats go in and out in about 10 seconds, literally. I can show you how those pop out. And it's a quite comfortable aircraft. The cabin size is about equivalent to a King Air size. And so you could, guys like me, you could stand up in the aircraft, you can walk in the back and take a rest if you'd like to. But it's a really great aircraft for comfort and utility. So you can take all the seats out, you can load it with whatever mission load you have. We have various loads. We have air ambulance packages for this aircraft. We have surveillance packages for this aircraft. You can put a FLIR sensor in it, you can put a radar sensor in it, you can put a LiDAR sensor in it, and it can cover a multitude of missions, which is really great for this aircraft. You can see that the wing on this aircraft is probably proprietary for Kodiak. It's got a split leading edge wing, which allows this thing to loiter at very slow speeds, and it also gives it a lower angle of attack on the outboard, so you can get into these short and unimproved strips. I've taken this thing into no airstrip where it's just a gravel bar or it's a sandy beach. So it does very, very well in those environments. The size of it is also pretty useful. You can put, like I mentioned earlier, a full complement of stretchers and air ambulance equipment inside of it. It's being used right now, not the 900, but the 100 is being used by a company out of Arkansas to do air ambulance. And also, it does very, very well with a special console in the back for fire attack. We have about 6 airplanes, now 7 airplanes. We just delivered one to North Carolina that are fighting fires in Canada and in Washington State right now. So we have sensors on those aircraft, and they're providing public safety for firefighters on the ground. Okay guys, that's the 900 in a nutshell. Let's talk about the 100 and what unique characteristics that has. Let's walk on over here and take a look. What's unique about the 900 and the 100 is they both share the same DNA for takeoff and landing. They both have the great STOL capability that is inherent with Kodiak. The 900's got a little bit bigger engine. The 100's got a 750 shaft horsepower engine. They both take off in about the same distance, which is remarkable when you consider that the Kodiak 900's got an 8,000 pound gross weight takeoff, and this one has a 7,255 pound gross weight takeoff. They both have about a 3,500 pound useful load, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. You put up one pilot or one crew in there, you can do a lot of stuff with it, and it's very useful for multi-missions, right? So the 100 can be logistics, it can haul people, or it can haul equipment, or it can do a special missions with a tactical flight officer console in the back. The performance on the 100 is about 185 knots true airspeed. It does have a brand new 5-blade prop, which is really great when you talk about an auditory signature. A lot of missions and special missions, they'll have to have maybe a little bit of covert activity, and that low auditory signature is a benefit for them. Also, the cargo pod on either aircraft is beneficial because we can put sensors in those cargo pods. Why is that important? Because the sensors are very expensive. So you're talking a sensor package could be about $1 million. And if you have it protected from the wind or taken off from an improved surface, it won't damage those sensors. So that's a really big benefit. But you could also hang the sensors off the wing on either aircraft. So exactly the same wing as on the 900 and the 100. So your stall characteristics, your slow flight characteristics, they're exactly the same. Really great characteristics of these aircraft. They just don't want to stall. And their short takeoff capability is also excellent in these aircraft. So that's the 100 in a nutshell. Shout out to Skies Magazine. Thanks for coming out. Really appreciate you looking at our products, and have a great show, guys.